Hey folks, this is Roger Strings, and before starting to make this video, you know, I was kind of debating with myself whether I should make this video or not, because a lot of people might think that I am taking the advantage of a national tragedy to promote myself, but believe me, this is not a promotional video. This is just me talking to you. This is just Roger Strings talking to the people who listen to this person, right? So if you feel like watching the entire video, stick around. If you feel like you want to do whatever you were doing a while ago, you can just stop watching the video. I don't care, it doesn't matter. What matters is if I have a voice and I don't speak up, there's no point in having a voice in the first place. So you see, I'm not here to entertain you today. I'm here to remind you of something. I'm here to remind you that you're a rational creature and you're made of land, blood, and roots, and not, hashtags or parties or religion. I mean, yes, I'm a heavy metal vocalist, but when I go up on the stage, usually, I just don't scream for the sound. I scream for what I feel is true. I scream for what I usually feel, you know. When I'm writing the lyrics of the songs, they are like the mirrors to my soul, right? They are really something that means a lot to me. So, in our band, the unofficial Utopia, I I wrote a song called Zombie that managed to grab quite a few people's attention. And in Zombie, there's a part of the song that says, "Teach me walking again in a more human way, and I promise that I'll follow the light that you shine. And if the light shall burn this parasite, a saint-faced devil would rise." Right. So the kind of time that we are going through right now, we don't really know who's the saint or who's the devil anymore. Right. I mean, everyone's busy protecting their religion, but let me remind you of one thing, that you did not choose your religion in the first place. These words might come as a shock to you, but you did not choose your religion. Your ancestors did. Either they chose the religion or they were forced into it. We all know, how religions in general they spreaded throughout the world, right? But again, your ancestors also saved this particular country, this particular land, right? That gave you a space to build your home, and they saved it in the name of secularism. They saved it for everybody, right? And before you raise a fist for your God, ask yourself that is it really for faith or is it for fear? I mean, your ancestors did fight for this ground, this soil, this sky, whatsoever. You know, they didn't draw borders in the name of gods or religions. So only thing is, don't become puppets to any kind of agenda. Just think, because you can think. You know, and I see a lot of people who are mindlessly, pointing fingers at one another. This religion pointing finger at that one, that religion pointing finger at this one. Just stop and think for a while before you start fighting. Try to think about it, that who you're fighting for. And I see a lot of music lovers and a lot of metalheads and a lot of you know a lot of people who are into this kind of a rebellion, um, saying all sorts of things. And you see, this contradicts with the music that you listen to. or the music that you listen to contradicts your character. You know. No, let's talk about if we talk about Bob Marley, he literally got attacked for speaking against war. I mean, somebody speaks against war in general, uh, gets attacked. And you listen to a lot of you listen to his music. A lot of you admire this guy, but it doesn't show up on your character because a lot of people are waging war against one another. Even before the country wages war, you're waging war in between your friends, in between your families, in between people you know. You have already waged a war in a very small scale, but you have done it already, right? So, and I still see a lot of metalheads. I mean, don't even get me started. You're arguing about genres like death metal, black metal, thrash metal, doom metal. Do you even remember what heavy metal was? It was not a genre in the first place. It was a sound of rebellion. It was a scream of the unheard. Every culture adopted it. I mean, that's what it was meant to do all the way through. It was never supposed to be a genre. It was supposed to be a rebellion that every culture could adapt to, and every culture did adopt it in their own ways and created many subgenres. It seems like everybody has something to rebel against, right? So, yeah, I mean, stop acting like animals. Just remind yourself what you are made up of. We are not machines. We are not hashtags. We are human beings. We are very much capable of thinking. We are very much capable of thinking rationally. We have this. You can choose to think, you know. And one more thing, since we are human beings and we can very consciously choose to do a lot of things, we can also choose peace, right? Some people didn't choose peace over there, and I really hope those people get punished in the most heinous way possible. Not even kidding. But then again, you waging war against the people you already know, don't do that. Don't be that kind of an animal, right? You can think, so give it a thought. I'm not saying that follow this or follow that. I'm not with anyone over here. I'm just saying you can still think before waging a war, right? So that's all I wanted to say. For now, let's meet some other time in a better time. Let's try to make this world a better place. Let's try to fight for, you know, real crimes. I mean, let's try to fight against real crimes and not an agenda, not a party, not a political thought process, right? Not a religion, but crimes against human beings. The people who died over there, you know, once that soul has left your body, that body doesn't have any religion. The soil that you live upon doesn't have any religion. The soil just has soil, grass, and trees. Doesn't have any religion. So before you start waging a war against one religion or the other, just sit back and think what you're actually doing.